3, 4. Burn it down! Burn it down! Burn it down!
Howdy, hi fans. We're in Winter Park, Florida for tonight's edition of our Rwl Sn Rl. I'm Wally Cardell, and with me, Johnny Bianco. Tex Lynch is still on vacation along with Liberty Bell Danielle in Texas, still on administrative leave as he put it, leaving administrative duties to Myron Schimmelman. So filling in tonight on commentary, we've got Chicago Danny Awesome from our WL Southwest. Welcome aboard, Dan.
Well, thank you, Wally. Now, I can't promise to be anywhere near as good as Hangman Tex Lynch. I mean, hell, I'd do Southwest by default because Gene Barry couldn't get nobody else. But we're going to have a great time, you, me, and Johnny, and you fans watching tonight. Stick around because it's going to be a great dynamite 2-hour card of RWL Mad Action you're definitely not going to want to miss.
And I've got to say, Myron has certainly risen to the occasion, booking us to great hours of RWL action tonight. Let's not waste any time. Our card opener tonight, Legends Division action with Mil Mascaras of the Men from Lucha, set to go against the Iron Sheik, one-on-one. Welcome fans to tonight's Rwl Sn Rl. Our opening Legends Division contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Blue Demon from Mexico City, weighing 223 pounds, the man of 1,000 masks. The men from Lucha Blue Demon and Mil Mascaras back with us tonight, with the man of 1,000 masks locking it up with the Iron Sheik, and those two certainly have a history between them. And it sure isn't a pleasant rapport. I'm leaning towards Mascaras, picking up the win in this one. I'm thinking his Mexican Lucha Libre style might be an edge over the Iron Sheik. Of course, he's gonna have Freddie Blassie ringside, almost making it a handicap match for Mil Mascaras.
That's a pretty good point, GB. Mil Mascaras, he's going to play it fair. The Iron Sheik might play it fair, but Freddie Blassie's definitely going to cheat.
His opponent, accompanied by classy Freddie Blassie from Tehran, Iran, weighing 253 pounds. Here is the Iron Sheik.
Sheiky Baby and the Hollywood fashion plate classy Freddie Blassie and Iron Sheik never fails to deliver a quality match. I'm sure he's gonna deliver yet another one against the man of 1,000 masks. The heated rivalry between these two goes back many years, and that's bound to make for an exciting Legend Division match. Like UGB, I'm favoring Mil Mascaras to win this one.
Danny here is right. Blassie is going to ruin any integrity this one might have had.
Oh, you wanted integrity? You can forget about it. That's just not going to happen with Freddie Blassie standing ringside. The Iron Sheik and classy Freddie Blassie rolling into town here in Winter Park, Florida in rare form. All set to go up against Mil Mascaras. And you ain't kidding, this is going to be a great Legends Division matchup. All right, fans, there's your bell. Mil Mascaras swings and misses. Delivers a kick and a standing drop kick, takes the Iron Sheik down. The Iron Sheik gets right back up. Mil Mascaras with a dragon screw on the Iron Sheik. Follows it up with a stomp and a double boot stomp to the midsection of the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik in trouble already. Mil Mascaras makes his way to the top turnbuckle. The Iron Sheik just stands up. Missile drop kick from the man of 1,000 masks. He goes for the cover. One. Only a one. Iron Sheik quickly gets the shoulder up. Mil Mascaras catches a right from the Iron Sheik. A kick from Mil Mascaras to the Iron Sheik. A slap, a chop, a kick, and a snapmare. And a grind of the boot into the face of the Iron Sheik. Mil Mascaras back on the offensive here. The Iron Sheik getting his hands and fingers stomped by Mil Mascaras. Mil Mascaras sets it up a stomp to the lower abdomen. And now trash talking the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik, again, Mil Mascaras stamping the hands and fingers of the Iron Sheik. And doing quite a little bit of showing off here. The man of 1,000 masks. Of course, well liked all over the world. Slammed down by the Iron Sheik. Mil Mascaras catches a kick from that Persian boot of the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik has him up, and the front cradle has him up and dumps him right out onto the floor. Wow. Man. The Iron Sheik pitched Mil Mascaras out there onto the floor. The referee's counting. The Iron Sheik goes up to the top turnbuckle. That's an awfully long distance. Mil Mascaras stands himself up. Here we go. Double axe handle. He nailed it, though. A stomp to the face of Mil Mascaras. The Iron Sheik drives a knee into the head of Mil Mascaras. Iron Sheik with a quick Hurricane Rana on the Iron Sheik. Another snapmare. Another grinder with boot into the face of the Iron Sheik. Mil Mascaras back on the offensive again. This match has had a lot of momentum shifts. Iron Sheik rolled back into the ring. Mascaras takes himself top. Oh, here we go. Elbow right across the back of the Iron Sheik. Mascaras covers right center ring. One. But just the one. Iron Sheik got the left shoulder up. Mil Mascaras tags him with a right. Tags him with another shot to the back. And a very nice back suplex. Here comes Freddie Blassie. Talking trash to Mil Mascaras. Iron Sheik takes him down with a clothesline to the back of the head. Mil Mascaras steps out. Brings himself back in for a reset. Goes behind on the Iron Sheik. Hard shot to the back. Iron Sheik spun around by Mil Mascaras up over the shoulders. But the Iron Sheik counters with a kick. Look at this. Look at that. That's a hell of a slam from the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik rounds up Mil Mascaras with a couple of wrist clutch kicks to the chest and a clothesline. Takes down the man of 1,000 masks. Iron Sheik takes him down center ring. Sets it up into the single leg crab. The Blue Demon standing ringside for Mil Mascaras, looking a little concerned as Mascaras escapes. Rebound off the rope and a beautiful DDT. Off the ropes from Mil Mascaras. Goes behind on the Iron Sheik, and look at this beautiful tilt-a-whirl. Takes the Iron Sheik for a big-time ride. Mascaras takes him down with a flying elbow. Mil Mascaras in control of things again. Drags the Iron Sheik center ring, covers 1, 2. But no, Iron Sheik again getting the shoulder up. Mil Mascaras sets him up. Has him up, in the powerbomb, and there it goes. He nailed it. Iron Sheik caught the whole of that powerbomb. Mil Mascaras drives an elbow into the leg of the Iron Sheik, gathers him back up. Hard Irish whip to the ropes, and a power slam from the man of 1,000 masks. Mil Mascaras drops an elbow on the leg of the Iron Sheik. Does it again. Iron Sheik in trouble here. Freddie Blassie knows it. And he's trying to get involved here, trying to keep Mil Mascaras distracted, hoping the Iron Sheik will get back up in time, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it. Iron Sheik just now getting back up to his feet as Mil Mascaras approaches him. A jawbreaker from the Iron Sheik. Goes behind. Full Nelson slam from the Iron Sheik. Mascaras counters with a kick to the head. Double boot stomp to the midsection again, and a kick to the chest. Mil Mascaras showing the fans that he's perfectly all right. He's going to take himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. He's going there. There's an elbow across the chest of the Iron Sheik. Here's a covered 1, 2. But again, the Iron Sheik not willing to give up just yet. Mil Mascaras has to go back to work, and certainly doing it. Stomping the hands of the Iron Sheik again. And once more, rallying the fans here for support in Winter Park, Florida. Mil Mascaras with a kick to the back of the Iron Sheik. And one more time, Freddie Blassie getting himself directly involved here. The Iron Sheik stands up in the corner. Mil Mascaras, still distracted, turns around, turns his attention back to the Iron Sheik. Kick to the midsection from Sheiky, baby. He's got him up over the shoulders. Hangs up Mil Mascaras over the top rope. Drives that Persian boot into the leg. Goes for the cover one. Mil Mascaras powering out real quick. Iron Sheik with another kick. And a nice suplex with a cover, but too close to the ropes. A stomp to the back of the head from the Iron Sheik. Double boot grind to the face. And now the Iron Sheik trying to rally some support here. They lock up. Mascaras whip to the ropes. The Iron Sheik drives a knee right into his head. Mascaras counters with an elbow. Misses with the drop kick. Iron Sheik misses with the knee. Mascaras with the kick. Iron Sheik counters with a clothesline. And now the Blue Demon getting involved in the act. Arguing with the Iron Sheik, but Mil Mascaras is laid out pretty good. The Iron Sheik turns his attention back to the man of 1,000 masks. The distraction not working for the Blue Demon. A stomp to the midsection. And here it is, the camel clutch. Mil Mascaras, quad center ring. There's nowhere for him to go. The ref checking him. Mil Mascaras looks like he's got the Iron Sheik. He's going to power out. And he gets out of the camel clutch. The man of 1,000 masks with a kick to the midsection. Iron Sheik rolls out of the ring. Freddie Blassie still talking. A kick to the midsection from Mil Mascaras. Now Mil Mascaras takes himself up to the top turnbuckle. Iron Sheik's laid out near the corner. Elbow dropped right across the chest. Here's a cover and a hook to the leg, but too close to the ropes. The referee says you got to start all over again. Mil Mascaras drops both boots on the arm of the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik standing there, but whoa, Mil Mascaras misses with the dropkick. Iron Sheik charges, misses with the grapple. Mil Mascaras got a hold of him. Nice suplex with a pin and a bridge, but again, probably too close to the ropes. Mil Mascaras locks up with Iron Sheik. Has him up. Iron Sheik counters it into a DDT, drops Mil Mascaras right on the top of his head. Iron Sheik moves right back in, gouging the face of Mil Mascaras through the eye holes in his mask. He goes behind, hard whip to the ropes, and a knee to the head to Mil Mascaras. He's stunned. Iron Sheik with a stomp to the back. Now a kick to the back. The Iron Sheik back in control of this match. A whole lot of momentum shifts back and forth between these two. The Iron Sheik strangling Mil Mascaras in the corner. Breaks the hold. Iron Sheik with Mil Mascaras center ring now, retaliating, stomping the hands and fingers of Mil Mascaras. The Iron Sheik back in control of things here as he drags Mil Mascaras towards center ring. The Iron Sheik misses with the stomp. Mascaras back on his feet. Sheik goes behind, German suplex. Lightning quick speed from the Iron Sheik. Drives the knee into the head of Mil Mascaras. Mil Mascaras being dragged center ring. The Iron Sheik rolls him over, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. That's a wrap on this one. The Iron Sheik defeats Mil Mascaras by pinfall.
The time, 10 minutes and 8 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, the Iron Sheik.
Well, now, what can you even say about that? Classy Freddie Blassie, as bad as his word got in the way, made this match difficult, but the Iron Sheik still winds up picking up the win over Mil Mascaras. But it definitely wasn't fair.
Fair is something you can't expect from a guy like Freddie Blassie. It's in his DNA. But anyway, Iron Sheik with the 3-count pinfall over Mil Mascaras, making Johnny and Ag both look foolish.
We can't win M all Wally. There's lots more Snarl coming up. and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. Up next, war of super heavyweights with the Samoan bulldozer Umaga and the big red machine Kane. Should be an explosive confrontation. This next Legends Division contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Captain Rwl from the Isle of Samoa, weighing 350 pounds, the Samoan bulldozer, Umaga. Captain Rwl with another of his untamed wild men, and Umaga is about as wild as you can get. He's definitely got the strength and endurance to hang with Kane. These two monsters are definitely gonna get violent.
Kane and Umaga, both fueled by their rage, means neither one is gonna stop till one of them drops.
You're not wrong, Cardell. This looks like it's gonna be a great battle of super heavyweights.
Add Lou Albano at ringside to the mix, and it kinda tips the scales in favor of the Samoan bulldozer, who seriously doesn't need outside help.
I'm kinda favoring Kane myself. He's a thinking man's animal, you know? He's got brains. That'll always whip somebody like Umaga anytime.
Oh, I missed Tex. You know he'd be right here, ready to holler fire. Geez, I hope they're having a good time.
His opponent from parts unknown, weighing 310 pounds, Kane. His track record is long, and he's wrestled a galaxy of stars here in RWL. But here's the kicker for tonight. Kane and Umaga have never competed one-on-one, which makes this match all the more of a potential blast.
Oh, that's an interesting tidbit. I would have thought with all the people Kane has competed against, I thought they would have met at least once.
We've got the receipts, Danny. We looked it up, and surprise, surprise, this one's a first-time around clash between these two.
You guys are right. It's just not the same without Tex.
Oh boy, this one's gonna be a ride, so buckle up.
Yeah, you gotta admit, it's a colorful mix of personalities. Well, let's see how it all shakes out. Referee rings the bell. Kane charges. Umaga locks him up. Whips him to the ropes. An elbow takes Kane down to the canvas. Umaga rebounds off the rope. Oh, man. Headbutt. The Samoan bulldozer catches a kick from Kane. Kane drops the leg on him. Umaga counters with a kick. Umaga with a series of chops. Kane counters. Kane swings him around with a right. Has him up over the shoulders. Electric chair drop for the Samoan bulldozer. Umaga counters. Kane backs up. Kane counters. Kane delivers a couple of shots and a kick and a DDT. Dropping Umaga's head right to the canvas. Kane takes himself all the way up to the top rope. He's waiting for Umaga to stand up. Here we go. Whoa! Elbow right across the top of the head. Kane's got him up over the shoulder, running power slam. Covers, hooks the leg. Only just a one. Umaga finds his way out of the pin. Makes his way to a standing position on the apron. Kane tags him with a left. Steps out onto the apron after him. And slams him right down into the lip of the apron. Both men on the outside now. The referee has already started the count. Umaga catches a back body drop from Kane. The big red monster going to work here. Kane tags Umaga with a hard right. Umaga stood right back up. Kane takes himself back inside. Umaga's still on Dream Street. The big red monster pacing the ring like a caged animal. Umaga snaps out of it, gets himself back inside the ring. Kane locks him up, whips him to the corner. Here comes Kane. Umaga counters, charges, takes him down with a running spear. Umaga has control of Kane now with an arm breaker. Rounds Kane up, a series of chops, misses with the kick. Kane locks him up. An overhand right. Umaga counters. Umaga whips Kane to the ropes. They collide with nothing happening. There's another tackle, a spear from Umaga. The Samoan bulldozer with a kick to the leg of the Big Red Machine. Kane rounded back up over the shoulders of Umaga. Set up, snake eyes right on top of the turnbuckle. And Umaga yanks him out of the corner with an alley-oop. Kane rolls out to the floor right in front of Lou Albano. Albano keeping a respectable distance this week. Oh, well, there's a knee in the midsection. Kane drives Umaga into the ring steps. Umaga dives towards the barricades. Kane coming right in after him. Starts going to work on Umaga on the outside with the referee counting. Drives a knee into Umaga's head. Kane tags him with a hard right. Double axe handle. Kane just doing all kinds of damage. On the outside, taking advantage of the count, takes himself back inside the ring. The Big Red Monster currently in control of things as Umaga makes his way back inside. Kane perhaps playing mind games here. Oh, look at this. Brought in the hard way by Umaga, who goes for a cover. One, but only just the one. Kane quick with the shoulder. Umaga charges, locks him up. Whip to the rope, an elbow takes Kane down. Kane rounded up again. Whips Umaga to the ropes. Another collision. Umaga's got him up. Setting him up here. Oh, what a nasty drop. Umaga dragging Kane towards the center of the ring, goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, but no. Kane still got enough steam in the tank to keep going. Umaga with a jab, Kane spins him around with a right. Umaga counters with an elbow, goes behind on Kane, slams him down, one arm slam from the Samoan bulldozer. Kane makes his way back inside the ring. They lock up. Umaga whip to the ropes. Another big collision. Spinning heel kick from Umaga. Kane rounded back up. Umaga's got him out. There's the Samoan spike. And that could wrap it up right here. 1, 2. Nope. No dice. Kane powers out of the pin. Umaga with a headbutt. Trying to cleave the skull of the Big Red Machine. Drives a knee into the throat of Kane. Umaga with another headbutt. And Kane definitely on the defensive here. Counters with a kick, gets back up on his feet. Locks up Umaga. Snapmare. A rebound off the ropes and a nice drop kick. Umaga brought back to a standing position. Kane was trying for the choke slam, but Umaga just a step too fast. Kane with elbows escapes the fireman's carry. He's got him up into the powerbomb. Boom, there it is. Umaga's laid out. Kane signaling for the choke slam. He's got him by the throat. That should do it right there. Choke slam to hell. And there's the cover. 1, 2. Wow. I'm not sure how he did it, but Umaga powers out of the pin. I would have thought that would have been a wrap. Kane catches a knee from Umaga. Umaga's got him up. Spins him down. One arm slam. The Samoan Bulldozer back in control of things. Rounds up Kane. Headbutt takes Kane down to the mat again. The Samoan Bulldozer all the way on the top turnbuckle goes there, diving headbutt. Nails Kane with it. Umaga going to work on the legs of Kane. Kane counters. Back up on his feet. Stalking Umaga. Umaga counters with a right. And he's got him up into a bear hug. But too close to the ropes. The referee has Umaga break it up. Umaga rounds up Kane. Tries for the bear hug again, but no good. Kane counters. Umaga counters. He's got him up over the shoulders, and slams him down. What a nasty falling neckbreaker. Umaga drops the leg on the throat of Kane. Kane whipped to the ropes by Umaga, misses with the grapple. Kane's got a hold of him, has him up. Vertical suplex from the Big Red Machine. Kane with a stomp to the face of the Samoan Bulldozer. A leg drop right to the throat. Umaga back in trouble again here as Kane takes control one more time. Tilt-a-whirl. Whoa. What a tilt-a-whirl slam from the Big Red Machine. Followed up with a hard left. Umaga trying to make his way to the safety of the corner. Double axe handle to the back. Kane has Umaga up on the top turnbuckle, nails him with a couple of rights, and he falls right down. Tags him with another left. Follows it up with a stomp. Kane definitely back in control here. Double axe handle to Umaga. Captain Waldano looking on. Not much he can do about it. Kane starting to make his way to the top turnbuckle again. Umaga's laid out. Umaga's starting to stand up. Here we go, Kane with the clothesline. Beautiful rolling clothesline. Covers. 1, 2. But again, no. Unbelievable. Umaga definitely ain't giving up here. Here we go again with the chokeslam. But Umaga says nope. Not going for it. Kane spins him around with a right. Has him up over the shoulders. Slams him down. Follows it up with a stomp. Kane with a knee to the face of Umaga. And again, Umaga losing control of this match. The Big Red Machine sets up Umaga for the powerbomb. Nails it again. Umaga's in big trouble. Counters. Gets back up on his feet. The Samoan Bulldozer tags Kane with a right. Follows it up with a stomp to the leg. Tags him with another right. Has him up into the bear hug again. But again, too close to the ropes. He's got to let it go. Rebound off the ropes. Cross body splash across the back of Kane. Umaga with another hard right spins him around. Kane counters with an elbow. Umaga with a knee, tries for the chop, doesn't get it. There's a sharp clothesline from Kane. Takes Umaga down. Now hard right hands right to the face. Umaga laid out just above center ring. Kane takes himself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Boom, beautiful cross body, covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, chop this one up. Kane picks up the win by pinfall.
The time, 12 minutes and 39 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Kane.
Hot damn, that match was more epic than it had any right to be. What a battle between those two behemoths. So many momentum shifts, so many near falls, and neither one of them backing down. But chalk up another win for the big red monster Kane tonight. He outlasted Umaga and got the 3 count in a match that really could have gone either way.
But at the end of the day, Kane was more aggressive, and that's how he won the match.
Stick around, gang. More snarl in just a moment. Coming up next, one of these 3 ladies will be the next challenger for the Snarl Women's Championship. The Yankee Rose Georgia Washington, the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford, and Rockin' Robin are about to clash to see which of them will face Liberty Belle Danielle.
The following 3-way match will determine the number 1 contender for the Rwl Sn Rl Women's Championship. It is set for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Fairfield, Connecticut, she's the Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford.
Faye Crawford is almost always looking for a championship opportunity. The former Women's International Champion and former Ladies Tag Champion has taken part in so many of these multi-person, top contender matches, and she even wins some of them too. The Fairfield Fox is a huge threat to win here.
This field of 3 makes my choice hard. Rockin' Robin has been very successful lately, and well, Georgia Washington's ego just went up to hat sizes, despite Kurt Angle having cut her loose. And losing her most recent match to Dynamite Jeannie Parker, but she's still a bit of a wild card in my book.
I'm favoring Crawford here, based on her experience in these kinds of matches. It definitely gives her an edge over the others.
Also, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
You know, Johnny Bianco's right. The way she's been acting, you wouldn't think she'd been let go by Kurt Angle, or that she lost her last match.
You gotta wonder if this new sense of, well, emancipation is going to be a positive or a negative for Georgia Washington. She certainly is conducting herself as if she were the queen of the planet, isn't she? But a good strut won't win you matches or get you a title shot. She's going to have to compete at the top level with these 2 opponents.
Now, she does have a massive ego, but she's a very capable wrestler as well. You just kinda hope her skills and her ego start to match up in size. But again, Georgia will be in there against a pair of very seasoned stars.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Rockin' Robin pick up the win here, because of, her technical skills.
Rockin' Robin versus Liberty Belle Danielle would make for a terrific title matchup. And who knows, maybe Rockin' Robin will surprise us all. Hey, get a look at this. No, Georgia Washington hasn't let things go to her head, not even a little bit. Geez, what a show even before the match gets good and going.
Wow, really? Maybe Georgia here needs a valet of her own, instead of having the referee do all the work. Man, she's gotten obnoxious.
That's because she knows her odds are good to win this match. If Faye Crawford and Rockin' Robin don't get in the way,
And from Charlotte, North Carolina, here's Rockin' Robin. This match is said to be one of Robin's toughest ones so far, not just because it's a 3-way match, but it's also, in case anyone's forgotten, a no DQ match, where pretty much anything goes. Inside or outside the ring, will she maintain her technical moves, or will she give in to the temptation of swinging a chair at someone? I'm hot to know the answer here. Since Rockin' Robin has been extremely well behaved up to now, will her opponents even allow her to maintain that good conduct?
Hey, will she want to keep her good conduct around these 2? There's your question. It's gonna be a great match. Willie Johnson rings the bell. Here we go. Georgia with a kick to Faye Crawford. Rockin' Robin pitches her out onto the apron. Georgia Washington makes her way back in. Rockin' Robin tags Faye Crawford with a right. Georgia Washington tags her with a backbreaker. Standing dropkick from Rockin' Robin. Get that little fancy work off the ropes. Faye Crawford rounds up Georgia Washington, scoop slams her. Rockin' Robin, look at this with an arm drag on the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford counters with a stomp. Georgia Washington on the outside as Rockin' Robin goes to work on the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford. Crawford counters with a right. Locks her up, whips her to the far corner. A shoulder right into the midsection. Rockin' Robin counters, gets back up on her feet. Georgia Washington's been out for a long time here. Rockin' Robin goes for a cover. One, but just a one. Georgia Washington makes her way back inside the ring. Spinning neck breaker for Rockin' Robin. A spear on Georgia Washington from Faye Crawford. Crawford covers, but not even a one. Rockin' Robin tags her with a right. Rounds her up. Winds up the arm on Faye Crawford. Delivers a stomp to the shoulder. Georgia Washington tags her with a clothesline. Rockin' Robin rolls out onto the floor. Faye Crawford rounded up into a backbreaker by Georgia Washington. The Yankee Rose with another neckbreaker on Rockin' Robin. Followed up with a kick to the back. Rockin' Robin drags her down by the arm, slams her face first into the mat. Faye Crawford is still laid out. Top rope moonsault from Rockin' Robin, who's been maintaining them scientific skills, at least so far. A head scissor and a shot to the head for Faye Crawford from Rockin' Robin. Crawford and Robin on the outside. Georgia Washington on the outside, on the other side of the ring. These two making a beeline for each other, Faye Crawford and Georgia Washington. Georgia Washington trash-talking Faye Crawford. Rockin' Robin rolled back into the ring. Faye Crawford catches a neck breaker from Georgia Washington. Georgia with a one-arm slam. Uh-oh, you gotta look at this. Rockin' Robin with a kendo stick making a beeline for these two. Look at this. Georgia Washington tags her with the kendo stick twice. Over the top rope comes Faye Crawford, takes down Georgia Washington. Follows it up with a spear to take down Rockin' Robin. Georgia Washington going for that kendo stick again. Rockin' Robin takes down Faye Crawford with a drop kick, gets rolled back inside the ring. A chop block takedown on Georgia Washington from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford catches a kick from Georgia. Georgia locks up with Rockin' Robin. Look at this, a little cooperation here, a double choke slam on Rockin' Robin between Faye Crawford and Georgia Washington. Georgia rolls Robin back into the ring. Faye Crawford disarmed with the kendo stick by Georgia. Georgia's got her up. Look at this, beautiful. Nice suplex from Faye Crawford. Rockin' Robin goes to work with kicks to Faye Crawford. Takes down Georgia Washington, follows it up with a stomp and a drop kick to Faye Crawford that puts her up against the barricade. A kick to the midsection from Georgia. Rockin' Robin rolled back inside the ring. Faye Crawford tags Georgia with a right. Gets her back inside the ring. And the Fairfield Fox doing a little showing off for the fans here. Rockin' Robin countered by Georgia Washington. Robin counters with a kick. An elbow to the face of the Fairfield Fox from Georgia. And another collaboration here. No! A meeting of the minds, a knocking of the noggins from Faye Crawford, who sets Rockin' Robin up. Has her all the way up for the vertical suplex, but look at this. Rockin' Robin counters it. A chop block behind the knee takes down Faye Crawford. A drop kick fails to connect with Georgia Washington, follows it up with a stomp. Faye Crawford locks up Georgia. Georgia counters with elbows to the midsection. Rockin' Robin tags Georgia Washington with a drop kick. Nails a drop toe hold and a leg lock on Faye Crawford. The Fairfield Fox in trouble with a possible submission here. She fights her way out. A couple of hard rights. She cuts herself loose from Rockin' Robin. A hip toss from Georgia Washington. Rockin' Robin's got Georgia up, takes her down. A classic wrestling takedown. Misses with the senton. Georgia Washington just gets out of the way just in time. Georgia Washington locked up by Rockin' Robin. Has her up for the suplex, but no. Georgia Washington turns it into a bulldog. Takes down Rockin' Robin. Faye Crawford comes back to the ring with a chair. And she just brained Georgia Washington. Faye Crawford countered by Georgia with a hip toss. Rockin' Robin whips Georgia to the ropes, locks up Faye Crawford. Faye Crawford takes her down and sets up for another submission on Rockin' Robin. Georgia Washington breaking up the submission though. Georgia rounded up by Faye Crawford. Look at this. Oh man, what a slam face first to the canvas. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Georgia Washington finding her way out of the pin. Rockin' Robin just getting back to her feet. Faye Crawford's got the chair again and just waylaid Georgia a second time. Catches a drop kick from Rockin' Robin. Robin dragging Georgia center ring. Catches a shot from Faye Crawford. Crawford with the beautiful flip and the pin. 1, 2. Almost. That was close. Georgia Washington rounds up Faye Crawford. Spinning sidewalk slam. Faye Crawford counters with a kick. Rockin' Robin on the outside. Faye Crawford with a leg scissor stomp on Georgia. 1, 2. Again, only a 2 count. Georgia Washington getting the... Oh, look at this. Rockin' Robin's got a chair. Faye Crawford rolls out of the way and spears her. She never even got a chance to use it. A chop block from Georgia Washington on Faye Crawford. Slams her head down to the canvas. Drives a knee into her lower back. Rockin' Robin moves in, tags Georgia with a shot. Rolls her down into a submission. Look at this right here. Could be a possible tap out. No, Georgia Washington with a series of shots gets herself cut loose from the submission. Rockin' Robin rounded up, snap suplex from Georgia Washington. Faye Crawford on the outside apron. Georgia grabs the chair, nails Faye Crawford with it, and out to the floor she goes. Georgia Washington going out after her. A drop kick from Rockin' Robin on Faye Crawford. A kick to the midsection. A shot to the back of Faye from Georgia. Georgia takes her down. Georgia Washington with a one-arm slam on Rockin' Robin. Georgia Washington makes her way back inside the ring. Here comes the Fairfield Fox again. Goes behind, tags her with a shot. Whips her to the corner. Faye Crawford charges a shoulder tackle right to the midsection. Crawford rolls her over, covers. But Rockin' Robin right there to break up the pin. Robin catches a shot from Faye Crawford. Counters with a kick. An elbow to the face of Georgia from Faye Crawford. A side suplex from Rockin' Robin on Faye Crawford, who rolls out. A takedown from Georgia Washington. Georgia rolls her over and goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. I don't believe it. Georgia Washington wrapping this one up, getting the win over Rockin' Robin by pinfall.
The time, 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Your winner by pinfall is Georgia Washington.
That was a ride and a half, and I just swore Faye Crawford had this one locked down. But Georgia Washington upsets both her plans, and Rockin' Robin's as well, picking up the 3-count pinfall with over Robin, with Faye Crawford out of the ring. I'm not sure how Danielle Heathcote will feel about this, but I'm sure the fact that Georgia Washington is the new #1 contender for the Snarl Women's title. I'm positive she would have rather faced anyone else.
And so that title defense will happen just as soon as Danielle returns from her short vacation. Georgia Washington again. Just wow. We'll be right back with more RWL Snarl after this.
The first half wraps up with the RWL Undisputed World Tag Team Championships being defended, with the United Kingdom's Ballarat Jack Jones and Niles Rickheiser challenging the originals, John Van and Guy Cormier, for the titles. And Sylvia Strong just walked in here during the break and just snatched up Johnny Bianco, who she's bringing along to ringside for extra good luck, I guess.
Is she gonna make that a regular thing?
It's already happened once, where GB has stood ringside with Sylvia during a match with Gary Galaxy on Rage a couple of weeks back. But I guess Sylvia felt she really wanted or needed Johnny at ringside. Or the originals themselves may have invited him. But whatever the reason, GB sure doesn't mind standing ringside with Sylvia Strong.
You gotta admit, they make a cute couple. That aside, Ballarat Jack and Niles Rickheiser are accompanied by Grace Fenwick. the United Kingdoms, with an opportunity to become the undisputed World Tag Team Champions right here. All they gotta do is go through the originals, and that's not hard, is it?
Your chances of being struck by lightning and winning the lottery on the same day are infinitely better. 5+ years, those undisputed World Tag titles haven't moved, not even for a couple of weeks. It's a fact that John, Guy, and Sylvia all take great pride in. The United Kingdoms do have a chance, but it's almost literally 1 in 1,000. John Van and Guy Cormier have never blinked or flinched during a title match.
The UK's definitely got a chance. These ain't no little cruiserweights.
Ballarat Jack and Niles Rickheiser have never held tag team gold here in RWL, and that makes them hungry, and that means they're gonna be driven to win. Now, all we're waiting for is Sylvia, Johnny Bianco, and the undisputed World Tag Team Champions.
The party's about to start, and it's always a party. When John Van and Guy Cormier roll into town, the originals, the undisputed World Tag Team Champions, along with Sylvia Strong and Johnny Bianco. She really calls them Cake, huh?
You heard her, Danny. Come on, Cakes. Come see the title match up close, she said. They seem like such an unlikely pair, but they're just wild about each other. It's been the damnedest thing.
Hey, as long as they're happy. Anyway, John Van, Guy Cormier, the originals, the RWL undisputed World Tag Team Champions. We saw them a couple of weeks ago, but they're back this week to defend the titles against the United Kingdoms. And it's not going to be an easy match, no matter what you think.
No, it probably won't be an easy match, as title matches never are. All right, so these opponents have never been champions before. Their win-loss record is good, but not great. Plus, it's just natural to favor the champs retaining the titles. And why shouldn't the originals win? After all, they've got Johnny.
That's pretty good, Wally. And that right there is the cause of all the trouble, the undisputed World Tag Team Championships.
This next contest, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, is for the WL Undisputed World Tag Team Championships. The challengers, accompanied by Grace Ledrick, at a combined weight of 510 pounds, Niles Rickheiser and Ballarat Jack Jones, the United Kingdoms. Their opponents, accompanied by Sylvia Strong and Johnny Bianco, at a combined weight of 520 pounds, the WL Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, John Van and Guy Cormier, the originals.
You know, guys, it's a true story and a funny thing. I missed managing the originals in 2012 by 48 hours, just 2 days. Sylvia Strong got there before me. In hindsight, it's probably a good thing. If I was managing them, they'd probably be living under an overpass now. Okay, it's going to be Ballarat Jack and John Van starting us off. Ballarat Jack and the Chicago Hammer. The title's on the line. So it's serious. Referee Charles Lacera rings the bell. Running kick from Ballarat Jack takes John Van down. Jack keeps him down with a leg snap.
Tag was made.
Ballarat Jack tags in. Niles Rickheiser. A kick from Niles, a punch. Couple of knees to the midsection. The Chicago Hammer goes down. Rickheiser covers. 1, 2. Oh, almost a 2. Nope, ref says it's a 2. Okay. Niles Rickheiser with kicks to the head. The Chicago Hammer, John Van. Van. Whip to the opposing team's corner. Niles Rickheiser comes off the middle rope. A kick to the side of the head of John Van. And here comes Ballarat Jack. John Van getting back up to his feet. Locked up by Ballarat Jack. Returned to the UK's corner. Leg draped over the rope and a kick to the calf. To John Van from Ballarat Jack Jones. Here's a tag. All of a sudden, quick double team punch. John Van taking quite a bit of punishment from both these guys. John escorted to the ropes by Rickheiser, hung up off the top rope. Grace Fenwick, a little sadist, standing at ringside, probably enjoying it all. John Van whipped to the ropes. Wickeser ducks under. John Van puts on the brakes, delivers a shot to the midsection himself. Rounds up Niles, drives his back into the turnbuckle and tosses him out towards center ring. John Van covers. 1, 2. Just the 2. Nope. Just the 1. Okay. Hey, this referee's sharp. John Van rounds up. Now it's Wickeser. Has him up. Sidewalk slam from the Chicago Hammer. John gonna take himself to the outside. Making a beeline for Niles. There's a chop. John Van with a short arm clothesline. Takes Wickeser down on the outside. The referee's counting. Discus punch from the Chicago Hammer. And John Van, taking care of business all by himself, has yet to tag in his partner. Catches the ring steps, courtesy of Niles Wickeser. Grace Fenwick should be disqualified for that. You saw that, she stomped him. Niles Wickeser moves in on Guy Cormier, and he's going to catch him. The 10-shot punch, the referee caught it. Grace Fenwick has been thrown out. Told you, this referee ain't fooling around. The count continues. Ballarat Jack and John Van on the outside. Ballarat Jack just caught a jawbreaker from John. Now the Chicago Hammer working on the head and neck of Niles Wickeser. Niles backs him off with a punch. Rolls him back inside the ring. Ballarat Jack is still laid out. Niles Wickeser rolls himself back inside the ring. John Van counters him with a hip toss. Goes for a cover. 1, 2. But only just a 2. John Van goes back to work here. Rounds up Niles. Another discus punch. Takes him back down to the mat. The Chicago Hammer, John Van. Drag him center ring. Oh, look at this. Here we go. There's the claw. Possible submission right here. Ballarat Jack making a beeline to break it up. But look at this. Niles Wickeser breaking out of it on his own. Pretty impressive. Running kick takes down John Van. Niles covers again. 1. But no. Chicago Hammer powers out. Johnny Bianco standing over there ringside. He must be having a great time. Niles Wickeser with a kick to the ribs of John Van and another. He might want to think about tagging in Guy Cormier at this point. He's been in there for a while. Niles Wickeser rolls John Van over, covers again. Guy Cormier right there to break it up on the count of 1. John rounded back up. Niles whips him to the corner. Here comes Ballarat Jack. Another tag punch from the United Kingdoms. Up over their shoulders. John Van finds his way out of that situation. The Chicago Hammer with a snap suplex on Ballarat Jack. The angry Aussie gets rounded up, a jawbreaker. Ballarat Jack comes in for a reset. John Van counters with elbows. Backs off Ballarat Jack. Lines up the arm. Whoa! Now that's a hell of a way to snap the arm. Wow. John Van with an aggressive move on the arm right there. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Another near fall. Ballarat Jack gets the shoulder up in time. Look at this. John Van telling everybody, watch this. And he is just kicking the living crap out of Ballarat Jack. John Van covers again. 1. But Niles Wickeser right there to break it up. John Van still hasn't tagged in Guy Cormier. We're almost 7 minutes into this match. Ballarat Jack whipped to the rope. Here it is. The Staten Island crippler Guy Cormier finally gets to go to work here. Him and John Van just pummeling Ballarat Jack Jones. A running knee from Guy Cormier. Guy turns him over, covers. 1, 2, 3. And how about that? All Guy Cormier had to do was come in and make the pin. The Originals retain the titles.
The time, 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Your winners by pinfall. And still, undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the Originals.
Well, it turns out that Johnny Bianco's actually a pretty good luck charm. The Originals retaining the undisputed World Tag Team Championships. And that takes care of the first half of tonight's RWL Snarl. We'll be back with the second half right after this.